fight because of a DQ.
It was a fight. They went almost a whole round, and a lot of fights only go around. So he's 3-0.
He's 3-0. I mean,
he's had 3 fights. So
it was a rough round.
Demetrius is tough.
Yeah, we're not taking anything from the guy. I think it'll be a real good matchup between these two. I've seen Carlitos train a little bit, and you know I was impressed. And unfortunately, the first time I got to see Demetrius fight was when he took the knee. So. You know, I didn't get to see too much after that.
Yeah. Well, these are two guys, too, that although they haven't had a lot of fights, they're at a pretty medium-high level that, you know, you don't want to go against guys that have got 12 fights.
But you don't want to put these guys up against a guy 0-0.
Right. They can't.
You're one of these guys that just.
Right.
But you don't want to throw them to a guy who's, you know, 15-1 yet either. So they're getting a chance to match against each other. It's a great matchup. You know, it's one that I'd love to have on my show. So yeah, it's great.
Carlitos,
we beat you to it.
your last match was in May at the Chaffetz Arena, so a nice big event, and it was a great match. Went 3 full rounds against Blake Chatham out of Burger MMA, who's very tough. I think Blake's somewhere in the neighborhood of.
He won again a couple weeks ago at Cage Championships.
Yeah, so he's
that's
like 4-1.
That's his only loss, 4 or 5-1.
Yeah, he's 4 or 5-1. I think he was like 3-1 when.
And he's pretty well rounded.
Or 3.
Pretty good fighter. He's won a couple times since then.
Yeah, he's a really strong fighter.
And you got to train with him, I know. You got to roll with him because you never got to roll. Was that kind of weird rolling with him after fighting with him?
No, because after fighting, I forget about fighting, and I'm back to normal. You know, smiling.
Was it? What do you think? But for him, I mean, he's going against the guy who beat him. Was he trying to prove something, or was it just a friendly roll?
I guess for me, it's just a friendly roll because in my mind, I'm just friendly. You know, it's make a difference when the cage door closes. It's different, so
yeah,
friendly.
So I know it wasn't necessarily your intent to wait this long in between fights, but in that in the fight against Blake, you had a little bit of a thumb injury, which is fully recovered now.
Yes, it is.
And the baby.
Oh, no, that was before.
But I know, but the baby takes up time, though.
Yeah, it does.
That, you know, you got a brand new baby that can change your schedule and everything. For the next 18 years, actually.
Yeah.
30 years, 40 years, 30, 40 years. But I'm excited to see you fight this time because I want to see if you've made the transition from the Chaffetz Center to this one. I'm hoping to see you work behind your jab a little bit, not be throwing that kitchen sink. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight.
They clenched up a lot.
Well, you know, Blake, he's a very, he's a very strong individual, very athletic. So I think he would give anybody a really tough fight, and if you would be careful, he would beat you up.
That's one of the fun things is watching these guys grow as they go, you know, and watching them transition and become better fighters, and watching some guys that don't get any better, you know, and it's just a microcosm for what you see going on the big show too. Some guys don't get better; they stay one-dimensional, and the guys that cross-train and work their butts off at legitimate gyms with excellent training get better. You know, it's fun to follow them and watch them. Carlitos being another one of those guys.
Yeah. We kind of took something from Jason's cousin Freddie, because Freddie fought this past weekend, did a great job.
Yes, he did.
At Take That Promotions Warriors Collide. Won first round, was that? Guillotine choke after beating him up stand on mud.
He's fighting on your show coming up this Saturday.
He is fighting on our card. Yes, he is. He's fighting a guy. Actually, the guy he's fighting is 0-2, but I think the guy would have won both his fights had he not gassed out. I've talked to him. He said he's been working his cardio, and that was one of his main deals was working cardio. So hopefully he's got that up there. And because I think he would give Freddie a good fight. He is a stand-up fighter, where Freddie's a wrestler, but
Freddie's got cardio.
Freddie's got cardio. Freddie's, you know,
he's 2-1 now, right, Freddie?
Yes, he's 2-1. He's a wrestler, but he likes to stand up, and you know, so it just seems like every time he gets into the cage with somebody, and they're supposedly stand-up fighters, you know, they grab a hold of him and want to try to take him down. Well, of course, you know, he's rather strong, so.
He's a mixed martial artist now.
Freddie's going to stay busy, too, because he's fighting, he just fought this weekend, he's fighting this Saturday, and then he's scheduled to fight November 6th on Sudden Impact 8, which we'll talk after this. I got a good opponent.
We're working on it.
I got someone in mind for him.
I'm hoping to fight there, too. There's a person of interest for me there.
Right.
Yeah, but we haven't worked that one out yet, so we can't get ahead of ourselves, although
Right.
the talks are out there.
No, yeah, we're in the talks of getting Freddie over there to Jim's show, bringing him across the border and letting him fight in Missouri and see how things are. He's been to a couple of Jim's shows to watch him and stuff like that. Jim's done a lot to help us along the way. He's been very educational for us, and we figure, we try to repay the favor, bring a guy that can sell tickets too. Not only is he a good fighter, but he sells tickets.
He's got
Yes, he
fans.
does.
He's got fans. That
He's
come
got a
to-
fan base.
This past
Come
weekend
watch him,
at
everybody.
Take That Promotions, 9 tables?
Yeah.
Between you and him,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's the
Yeah.
one who does all
he's
the
the one who
stuff.
does it all. I just know the people. So I help him out in any way I can. Try to get his fans in there. Actually, his last one at the Battle at the Bend, we sold 9 tables as well. So I mean, you figure, that's quite a bit of people for one person.
He's
That's
got a
what I
lot
was
of friends that come and buy tickets, and,
Yeah.
and they show up at the ticket outlets and they purchase them, and they're coming to see Freddie.
Yeah.
That's where I was kind of saying we're kind of taking after Freddie because Carlitos is bringing his own fan base
Oh, he is.
to your
I'll tell you
show.
Yeah.
The first couple of fights, ticket sales weren't really a thing. We weren't really thinking too much about it. But this time, Carlitos, I think you're on your fifth table or so.
Fourth or fifth table.
Fourth or
something
fifth
like that.
table.
Yeah, I mean that's and there's
That
there's
means a
15
lot,
at the
though.
table. I mean that's a lot of people. And what that does. I mean I guess as a fighter sometimes it could scare you because you have that in the back of your head that everybody you know is watching you.
Well, I know everybody. I know everybody's listening now, and when Carlitos fights on their show, they're going to expect him to have 50 people that want to watch him fight.
Right. That's the only bad thing about it is people, and Jim, you know how it works. I mean people want to recruit the guys who sell tickets as much as possible, but in the same token, I mean you want a good fair fight, and if he's not a good fighter and he can bring,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you still want a good fight. I mean
That's
that's
a
bottom line
good-
whether he can bring tickets or not.
That's a good headliner you've got, and we're trying to put together. I'm waiting to hear from a couple people for you now on maybe 2 of the top ranked 125ers fighting for a ground and pound belt that night too. So
I'd love to see that
I
happen.
think we're going to have that fight put together. It's just we got to cross our T's and all that stuff, but. There's going to be some good fights on this card. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit chilly. Bring your sweatshirt. But
Buy
we're
your
gonna have a good
sweatshirt
time.
at the Cage Ready booth.
Bring them, buy them. We have.
Don't bring them, buy them. There you
Yeah,
go.
you're going to need a
If it's
hoodie
cold,
there.
you're going to give a special price on that sweatshirt for your
It'll be extra 10.
Right.
If you're that cold, you'll buy it.
Now we know why you're doing an outdoor eating.
Right. There you go.
I already bought my hoodie.
The weather last week, said it was going to be decent. Now we got this little front coming in, so
It'll be chilly, but it'll be fun.
it'll be chilly.
It'll be harder
but
for
I
the
think,
fighters.
we've got all the fighters warming up inside. The only time they're going to be outside is during their match. I think they'll be perfectly fine. I mean, if it was too cold, I would, do what I had to do, but we'd figure out a way to.
Smarter trainers will have their guys warming up a little more.
Right.
The only thing I can suggest to you is I've been to several outdoor shows that are run in the evening. When it starts getting cooler, the mats on the cage start slicking over.
Condensation.
Right.
Lots and lots
Condensation,
and
right.
lots of towels, lots of fans on.
Right.
Because otherwise you'll have people falling like crazy every
Right.
time they go to throw a punch.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
Which I mean,
MMA on ice.
Yeah.
That may be a new sport.
Hockey.
Carlitos, you're from Barbados. It doesn't get 40 anything in Barbados as far as I know.
Charlie was like, wait, I didn't hear about this crap. I'm not fighting.
But I've been outside in the cold. You don't seem to be that much affected by weather. You're a hunter and stuff like that. So.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, you know what hunters gotta wear.
Yeah.
So long as I have
What are the
a
Carter girls
goal in
wear?
sight,
Or not
it
the
doesn't
Carter,
matter.
Ring
What's that?
girls. Well, I think.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch Carlito's answer.
I said, so long as I have a goal in sight, it doesn't matter how cold it gets or how hot it gets.
Right
There you go. Good
Tunnel
attitude.
vision.
Good
Did you
attitude.
fight right in the cold?
Yeah.
So you're used to it. I mean, it's not.
I'm
you're
not
able to-
used to it, but I did what I
Well,
had to
you
do.
not
can
my
sit on a
preference.
cold ass bike for 4 hours
But
in cold.
he's not from the St. Louis area, but he has been here for a few years anyway. So I mean,
He knows what winter.
he
when
knows
it's
what
cold
winter
like.
is.
Yeah.
He does. He knows what winter is.
Yeah.
Carlitos, winners win this white stuff from the sky. Hey, now you're looking to make this an annual event,
I am. I'm looking to make an annual event. I would like to next year move it up a little bit
right?
to where it's a little bit warmer. Unfortunately, our venue was booked that day. We were supposed to have it in September.